So, hello, for those who are unaware of who I am or what I do, I make motorcycle repair videos, work in IT. There's a lot of crap I do and a lot of crap I'm working on. And suffice to say, I have a house filled full of crap and I'm an ass to be. So, that's it in a nutshell. Um, what led me to the Passport Bro movement? Frankly, some of the women out there just aren't right. I'm one of these folks that was raised up towards traditional values, and what I'm running into is finding that the people I'm dealing with uh, don't seem to honor or even seem to wish to go that route. You know, a lot of people are using people as replaceable objects. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I don't condone it. I'm not going to do it. So between that, you figure out how much it costs for the average date in the United States and everything else. You can fly literally halfway around the world for about a grand and a half, depending upon what you're doing. So why waste the time here? You know, if you go to the Philippines, for instance, $1 is 56 Philippine pesos. Your average cab ride's $20, $30, Philippine equivalent. So it's right on par. So you're literally spending like 75 cents, 80 cents on a cab ride instead of 30 full on dollars. Why wouldn't you? Uh, the women you meet there, obviously there are some that are just out for the money. You know, they want the easy life. No different than in the United States. But generally speaking, they marry for life. And that's not really what's going on in this country. You know, here you got a lot of people want to shack up. You know, on the guy's side, usually there's love and sex. On the female side, um, I don't really know. I'm not a female, but from what we've seen, there's a lot of people want to take the money and run. And yeah, you can kind of protect yourself with a prenup, but the best way is just not to get married. If you're not sure, don't do it. I know a man who I used to work with who him and his girlfriend were basically staying together for 30 years before he got married. I basically got to the point where I was like, dude, if you don't marry her, I'm going to. He's like, I want things to change. I'm like, well, at this point, what are they going to change? You know, after 30 years. As far as I know, that's all going well. You know, God bless them. But, you know, you get to a point where it's just like, and it's not that all the women that I've dated were bad. I mean, I had one or two that, we just didn't mesh properly. You know, they were great. I was great, but we just didn't mesh right. Sometimes it's, you know, issues with upbringing and that. And again, it's not intentional on anybody's part. It's just the way it goes. So, you know, a lot of these countries, they absolutely love and adore us coming there. So why not? You know, why not spend a week or 2 or 3 weeks, wherever you want to be? You know, there's Indonesia, there's Taiwan, there's Japan, there's all these places with the different values. Would suggest Japan. Just if you look into why, you'll find out why. But unless you really don't care if the other party might be cheating, it's quite prevalent there, just like it's quite prevalent here. So you think you're going there to get away from it. If you don't care, if you don't know, then you're probably all right. But as we saw from a young gentleman recently who ended up with HIV, uh, you might want to be careful. You know what you know and know what you don't know. And that's part of it. So I'm heading out of the country. I'll be back eventually. But yeah, you know, that's part of it. The other thing is it's not all women, but it seems like the attitude here is that the women wish to compete with the men. It's not a competition. Women are great at being women. Men are great at being men, generally speaking. There's obviously crappy women, crappy men out there, but there's no reason to compete. I don't want to be married to somebody who's competing with me. No, Not unless it's good, fun competition or something. Hey, let's see who can race to the end of the road. Okay. I'll jump in the car and do it, but hey, whatever. But yeah, it's just, if you're in America or even the UK, all I can say is some of the Asian countries might be a better choice for you. So keep that in mind. Look it up. There's a lot of good sites out there for dating. Be careful. First recommendation, I would put something in my profile that says I don't send money. It gets rid of most of your scammers. I remember the very first thing ever sent to me, somebody was asking for a dick pic. I'm like, you first. They disappeared shortly after. So I'll wrap the stream up. I don't want to make it long and monotonous, which is kind of how I operate. But everybody have a good morning or evening, depending upon where you're at, and catch you next time.